Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Final Concepts, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create an eye-catching YouTube thumbnail in Adobe Photoshop. So let's just get started. Welcome to Final Concepts. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Alright, now before we get started, the reason we are creating this is initially I had this thumbnail. Let me put this to the side and this also to the side. Initially, this was the thumbnail I was using for my YouTube video I uploaded recently on the Theo Labi channel, link in the description below. So I upon realization, or a few of my friends just commented and told me that I could improve this. Yeah, upon listening to them, I realized that I could create something like this, and this one looks a lot better. So basically, that is what this video is about. If you have any images that you think it can look better when you recreate them, then this is the video for you. Now, just as I said, I'll be using Adobe Photoshop, so let's go ahead and open it up. And this is the image I'm actually going to be using. On a normal circumstance, I will prefer using images I shot myself, but in this case, since it is a tutorial, we can just go with this. Now, if I go back to Photoshop, I'm going to create a new document, and in this case, it has to be a 16:9 document because we are using it as the YouTube thumbnail. So I'm just going to click to film and video over here, and that should give me the 1920x1080p resolution, and that is okay for YouTube thumbnail, and I'll just click on create. Now, once we have this, I'm going to import my image, which is this one, into Adobe Photoshop. So I'll just right click, go to open with, and click on Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. I still prefer using this. And in this case, you can see that our background is also white. So the best tool to just take the background out is the magic wand, and I'll just click on that right here. Now, before I create any selection, I'm going to unlock this background I have here. So I click on the lock icon just once. If you're using an older version of Photoshop, you have to double click and click on layer and a whole lot of things. So I'll just click on the white part just once, and I'll hit delete on my keyboard like so. So now you can see that we have a transparent background, and you'll know if it is transparent if you have these gray and white checkboxes. Alright, so I'll just use the move tool, which is right here, or V on your keyboard, and I'll click and drag over here the new tab I created. Without releasing the mouse, I'll bring it over here, then I'll release. Now you can see we have this huge image. Now, before I crop or reduce the size, I'll right click and go to convert to smart object. What this does is it somewhat retains the quality of the image as long as I am resizing it. So instead of just blowing the quality out, it retains it as much as possible once it is a smart object. So I think something like this is okay for me. I should probably make this a little bit smaller. I think something like this is cool. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add in a background. Now, the background, I'm going to sample the color from here. So I'll just click on the foreground color, which is right here. Let me bring it up. It's on my other screen. Then I'll sample it from here, something like this. And you can see it is blue, but much darker blue like so. Now click on OK. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing for the background color, which is the white right here. I'll click on that, and let me just sample this color and make it much lighter. I think something like this is okay. You can also just flip these colors around depending on how you want it. So I'll click on the background, and I'll go into the adjustment panel, which is down here. Click on it and go to gradients. Now this allows me to add a fading color from one to the other in there. I'm going to double click on this thumbnail right here, and it should pop up like so. Now I'm also going to select the gradient by clicking on this rectangle we have in here, and I'm going to select a gradient that fades the foreground color into the background color. So that is the first preset we have here, foreground to background, and this is what I want, and I just click on OK. Now once I'm back into the gradient fill options, I'll change the style from radial to from linear to radial actually. Now what this does is you can see that the lighter color is fading outwards into the darker color, and this is what I want, but I'd rather place it somewhere at the center or slightly to the left like so. And I can also increase the scale to however I want it. I think somewhere around 200 is just fine. Now once I have this, I have to add in a few text. So I'll grab the type tool, and the font I'm using for this is Gotham, and I'm using the bold version. because why not? I'll probably go with the ultra later on, but let's just type in something and see what we have. Now, I'm also not going to be typing in all caps, as you can see. So if you want this option, just go to window and make sure that character is checked. Now it will pop up here, and I'll just turn this off and on if you want all caps. So I'll type in something like Canon. A should be small, and you can't really see because the color up here is also set to the background color, almost the same. So I'll click on it and select the white color and click on OK. Now I can increase the size, and I also don't like it being centered, so I'd rather use the left align option right here and place it somewhere around here. Now you can also see that there's some form of spacing. I don't want that, so I'll go back into the character. And where we have the VA moving away, that is the separation of the letters from each other. I don't want that, so I'll just click on 0 just to have it at the default. So I think something like this is okay. And I'm just going to increase the size by a lot. Now this is looking cool. Now the camera is actually the Canon EOS M50. So I'll type it in here, EOS M50. And I'll place this somewhere around here. Now, I don't want this to be the exact same font size as that, so I'll highlight the whole thing and I'll reduce the font size to something like this, or probably much bigger. I think somewhere around 150 points should be just fine. Yeah, I think that is okay. And this is actually a review, so I'll just type in review. I don't actually remember what I used for the other one. So full review. Okay, full review is just fine. So I'll type in full review. Forget about the F and all of that. I'm actually going to make all of these caps, so I just click on all caps right here. And of course, I can't use this huge thing, so I have to reduce the size to 95. I think 95 points should be just fine. And I'll click on OK. Now, I also want to add in a rectangle right here. So I'll grab the rectangle tool and I'll draw a rectangle like so. I'm going to put the rectangle behind the text so that the text will show on top of it. So I'll just click and drag it over here at the layer. And since it is a rectangle or a shape, I can just double click on the thumbnail, which is right here, and change it to whichever color I want. So I can select any color I want. I prefer to use the black because I like darker colors. I don't have any other explanation. So yeah, let's use the move tool to resize this to however I want it. And basically, I think this is it. So this is going to look much eye-catchy than what I had previously. And if you want to just go ahead and save this, it's just File, Save As. Then you select which format you want to use. I usually use JPEG, but most people also prefer the PNG format. That is totally up to you. And I'll just click on Save. And basically that's it. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Final Concept. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.